vampire and dragon defeated. Oh, we had our fun. Finished every quest released in 2001. 22 full years of questing, banking a death we cannot do. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2002. Welcome back to June 17th, 2002. We've got one more quest to do for this day, and that is Clock Tower. But before we get to that, I've got some AFKing to do. So I'm out here fishing, cooking, and there is 72 cooking. That is beltfish and green blubber jellyfish. Those fish don't exist, so that's something. Going to get some experience here. Don't know exactly how long I'm going to be here before I get on long with Clock Tower. That's okay. We will need much higher fishing in the future, so this is definitely worth it. And we do have these 20,000 feathers, so might as well use it while we have it. Good enough reason for me. 69 fishing. No unlocks. 73 cooking. That is South Eel potatoes in Damonheim. Yep. Not gonna make any of those. Even in Dungeoneering, just fish rules the food world. It's just not usually worth the extra effort. Here's another fun milestone. We check our cooking experience here. We're at 999,000. So if we start cooking some more things, we will get the first skill to 1,000,000 experience. It feels like a lot because we're getting it 77 and 99 XP at a time. And that's because it is. It is a lot. But 1/13 of the way to 99. So, yeah. And for a lot of skills, the XP does not get much quicker until later things exist. Yeah, just fishing, cooking, trout and salmon. It's pretty solid for a very long time here. So, we need to make a lot of decisions about how far we're going to train things. This is actually completely necessary. More fishing levels are required, and specifically fishing, but we will get to all that when we get to it. And it's actually going to be a little bit, but I mean, again, AFKing, we've got the feathers. Almost down to 19,000 already. Brilliant. 70 fishing. Achievement. Milestone. Very cool. And a big list of stuff here. As a quest requirement, the small and big cast nets in that quest. Bare hand catching swordfish. Leaping sturgeon. Salve eels. Whopper baiting scrimshaws. And we're now going to get shark fragments. Alright. Much like with the sentinel fragments from woodcutting, we cannot turn that off. So, that's going to be happening. That's okay. I literally cannot stop fishing right now. That's not an option. I can stop fishing right now, but I can't stop fishing until the fishing outfit is out. So, it's how it is. And that's fine. 44 fire making. That's also a thing that's happening here. Yeah, there's nothing unlocked at that level. But, hey, more fire making for the future, I guess. It's definitely a lot less fire making experience, but it's also a much lower level, so yeah. There you go. 74 cooking. That is pork pies. And we stopped burning a lot of things. Cave eels, lobsters even without the cooking gauntlets, fish pies, curries, and cakes. Amazing. Always good to not burn things. Is beneficial here. There is some golden salmon eggs. Those seem to be pretty uncommon here, since we've done quite a bit of fishing. Unfortunately, the aquarium's not out yet, so we have to destroy the eggs. That's really not a worse thing to do than dropping all the cooked fish on the ground, so I'm not gonna feel too bad about it. 71 fishing. That is crystal skill champas. Really unlikely we're ever going to use skill champas, but they don't exist, so don't have to worry about it yet. Yay. 75 cooking. First level 75 plus skill here. And the unlocks are dinosaur meat. We can't get those yet. Not only because the content that these are from doesn't exist, but the skill required to do the content that these come from doesn't exist. We are many levels of requirements away from Anachronia. But still, 75. 72 fishing. That is a quest requirement and beltfish. Another Menaphos fish. I think that's enough fishing and cooking for right now. So I'm going to go and get ready, get all my supplies required for the next quest. And by all the supplies, I mean a singular bucket of water. It's not a complicated quest. And I guess we're also going to get some runes, teleport around and all that. That'll be helpful. Another case of the things on the map being switched around. The clock tower is now over on this side. Why not? Clock tower quest. No requirements. Just a bucket of water. Or our ice gloves if we still had those. Bucket of water is obviously much easier to get. Nice. Simple task here. Talking to Brother Kojo at the clock tower. Hello, monk. Hello, adventurer. My name is Brother Kojo. Do you happen to know the time? No, sorry, I don't. Exactly. The clock tower has recently broken down, and without it, nobody can tell the correct time. I must fix it before the town people become too angry. I don't suppose you could help me in the repairs? I'll pay you for your help. So, how much reward are we talking? Well, I'm only a monk, so I'm not exactly rich. But I assure you, I will give you a fair reward for the time spent assisting me in repairing the clock. Start clock tower. Okay, old monk. What can I do? Oh, thank you, kind sir. In the cellar below, you will find 4 cogs. They're too heavy for me, but you should be able to carry them one at a time. I know one goes on each floor, but I can't exactly remember which goes where specifically. Oh, well, I'm sure you can figure out that easily enough. Well, I will do my best. Thank you again, and remember to be careful. The cellar is full of strange beasts. Your cellar is full of strange beasts? Concerning. Let's go see what we're dealing with down here. A continued expansion to the Ardoin Underground. We got the pillar for the clock tower. Each level with multiple places you can put a cog. Clock spindles. And it leads to this room here, with a different color in each corner, leading to 4 different cogs. 4 different doors, 4 different cogs. Makes a lot of sense. We'll start with this one. Got a handful of goblins here. Always a good time. And it's good practice to just pick up everything you find on the floor. So we got some rat poison. And we got some rats. Dungeon rats, specifically. So, poison the dungeon rats. Seems like a winning strategy here. But we need to be able to get in there. We're gonna pull some levers. There you go. We got doors. We got levers. We got rats. We'll use the rat poison on their food trough here. The rats swarm towards the poisoned food and devour it hungrily. You see them smashing against the gate in a panic. They seem to be dying. Now all the rats are dead, except for this one that's outside somehow. Fascinating. And the rats' death throes seem to have shaken the door loose of its hinges. We pick up the door and go through. And that gets us the white cog. And a convenient ladder right here, which pops us up right outside the clock tower. They said that the cogs were very heavy. But if we look at it, it only weighs 1 kilogram. But again, this is RuneScape Classic when there was not actually a weight system. So, more of a narrative structure. And now we have to just find which floor the white cog goes on. At least we have the colored coded spindles here. So that works out. Top floor. Very cool. And now we won't have to come back to the top floor again, since we've already found the cog goes here. It fits perfectly. The real question is, why they put all the other spindles here on all the other floors, if only 1 cog goes on each? I mean, they also have a basement with a dungeon rat cage, so we can't really question what they're doing. I mean, we're going to. We're literally questioning it. Next direction. This one is some broken walls for a dungeon area. And 1 functional door, which leads to a pile of giant spiders and fire. What a great spot to be. If we try to take the black cog here, we pour our water over it to cool it down enough to take. And there we go. Simple as that. Yeah, some spiders. Definitely something. Could be worse, I guess. I mean, it's also on fire. Maybe we should be worried about that, because everything being on fire is a problem. It seems contained. I'm sure it's fine. Next, running down corridor. Seems to be a lot of rooms down here in this dungeon/sewer. And here we have some ogres. And they're guarding the red cog. This would have been a much larger problem in RuneScape Classic, since you have to actually stop and fight things. But we can just grab it and leave. Easy enough. Easy enough. And that is the third one. That would have definitely been the dangerous portion here of the quest. Okay. Compared to just getting some rats to eat some poison or bringing a bucket of water running past some higher level enemies is definitely a more dangerous thing to do. There's a red cog. And lastly, based on the floor coloring here and the clock spindle coloring, we need to go get the blue cog. If we head down this way, we again get some questions about what's going on with this clock tower as we come to some kind of monster jail cell area, but also with skeletons. We got some hobgoblins, goblin, dungeon rat, but bigger. And there is the blue cog. But we can't get inside here. In fact, it doesn't even look like there's really any doors. It's mostly ladder-based. So the blue cog is over there. So we would need to go down this ladder, but it is locked. So we need to find another way. With our magical ability to see through walls and such, we saw that there was another pathway available. We just need to find the entrance that'll lead us to where we need to be down there. It's definitely a more convoluted underground here now. Although there's not really too much to do here afterwards. There's a couple monsters, but nothing too exciting. A couple goblins, ogres. Could be the first time ogres exist. An interesting thought. Not too worried about that, at least. So we just run on up this way. And open a fake wall. Getting us to the blue cog. Just like that. Now, even though it's locked from the outside, we can actually exit through there. So that works out nicely. And with that, we've got the last cog. I have to run around this fence. Wild. Into the clock tower. Try to cook there. Can't actually do that. Go place the red cog once we get in here. Or blue cog, rather. There we go. Cog fits perfectly. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see if we can get information about these ogres. Are there any ogres? Monsters up to level 58. Not too worried about it either way. I have replaced all the cogs. Really? Wait, listen. Well done, well done. Yes, yes, yes. You've done it. You are clever. Presumably there was a ticking of the clock kind of sound going on. The townsfolk will be able to know the correct time now. Thank you so much for all your help. And as promised, here is your reward. 1 quest point and 500 coins. Oh boy. And that is exactly what it was. So, no need to worry about that being different. It's mostly the experience rewards that were changed. So, that's okay. And there's the clock right there. Doing clock stuff. It doesn't change. That's just always the time. There's definitely some passage of time questions for quite some time here. Not gonna worry about that too much though. And with that done, it was a very easy quest. And we are now caught up with the day. So at this point, we could continue on doing more unlocks and more content and everything. But I'm gonna save that for later. First up, I'm going to go test out a new herblore training method. It's going to be something. Previously, We have been killing Chaos Druids in the Taverley dungeon and making attack potions and later some anti-poison potions. But now, I think we can move up slightly. I'm going to still be killing Chaos Druids, but in a slightly different location. Specifically, the Edgeville dungeon. And specifically on that front, the wilderness portion of the Edgeville dungeon. Typically, this would be a very unsafe idea, but since PvP is basically gone, not really a thing anymore, and the other changes with the wilderness have also been changed, it is relatively safe, at least in the dungeon portion here. In the greater wilderness surface areas, there's a lot of high-level monsters. Incredibly high-level monsters. So it's something to still worry about, for sure. We just need to run through here, run through the dungeon, enter the wilderness. There's also more things in the wilderness here that we're going to be getting use of. But just the quantity and density of the Chaos Druids is pretty nice here. So we're going to swing our sword, get the loot interface ready to go. And they are aggressive, which is also a thing in the wilderness. Gotta run back. It's a decent run here too, though. The main questions are going to be how much we can get away with here. We want to get as many of them attacking at the same time to more AFK, just a little bit. We can also just continue making the rounds here, frequently one-shotting them, which is also nice. Does speed things up a bit, doesn't it? Picking up the herbs and the vials of water. And probably not much of the other things. Maybe the coins. The real question is going to be in the food department here. For now, I am going to drop all the supplies. I think we should be okay. If we need to get them, we can get them back easily enough when we take our trips back down to Port Sarim to get more Eyes of Newt. We're going to be keeping 3 types of herbs now, and also nature runes. I'd like some nature runes. That sounds like a good plan. Those will be useful all the time. So we are taking the Guams, gonna make those into attack potions. The Marintils, gonna make those into anti-poison potions. We're gonna clean the Terramins. We're gonna keep the Harlanders to make restore potions, which we will get to how that's working in a bit here. Hey, 64 coins, why not? The restore potions are definitely the new situation here. They require red spider's eggs, and previously that was not very gettable in a convenient fashion. But now we have an additional option here. Right over there. Right over there. We've got red spider's eggs over there with the giant red spiders. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Unsurprisingly, the spiders have spider eggs. What a fascinating idea. Pick up that. Pick up that. Unfortunately, the little snare, bind, weaken that they do stops them from attacking for a little bit, which is a little annoying. Especially now that it's in multi, so multiple of them can try to be casting that spell at the same time. A little awkward. Overall, it's okay though. It's not super fast herbs or anything, but it's definitely the best we can accomplish. So I'm okay with that. The question becomes, is it really worth heading to Port Sarum for the Eyes of Newt to make attack potions? And the answer is yes. Mostly because they also have a very, very well-placed sink that we can fill up the vials of water multiple times at. That's definitely a beneficial thing to do. And exactly how many vials we bring back, we were doing pretty good with 5 previously, so I think that's probably going to just work out. We will be not bringing any of the other herbs with us all the way down there. I'm going to try to fill up the inventory nicely here. Maybe give ourselves like 1 extra space. We can just drop something. Go pick up the spider eggs. We could even get the vials of water, get the Harlanders, and then drop the restore potions while we're here. Really depends on how many vials of water we end up getting, because that is kind of the limiting factor on what we can accomplish. But here we got a decent pile of herbs. So we're going to make our way over to the side here. See if we can find a good spot to drop some herbs on the ground. The ones we don't need. Because I think combat is going to interrupt the cleaning business. Got some Terramins, we can drop those. And here's a Lantidime, Kentine, Irit, and Ranar, another Ranar. Yeah, those are the actual herbs we have here so far. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be much like fighting the Chaos Druids in the Taverley dungeon. Just slowly working on getting a nice full inventory of stuff. Did not get any Harlanders in that set. There's one. Yeah, very good. I think we should probably focus on the Harlander unfinished first, so we can get the Red Spire's eggs from right over there. Another concern is being in multi-combat with the deadly red spiders. But we will see how that goes once we're actually ready to head out. 27 herb lore. That is a weak arson's potion in Daemonheim. Sure. Almost got an inventory here. Kind of just cleaning everything we get. It's a process. And these guys are aggressive. I could go make them aggressive again. Had to just leave and come back. That works fine. The real question is going to be... Oh, we picked up everything. Not exactly what I wanted. Trying to get just the Harlanders also here. The numbers of vials of water are a slight limiting factor. Man, we got like 2 slots left here. That's not a lot. Well, we'll be done here soon. Any more herbs we have on the ground? Terramin. Drop that. Yeah, 2 more herbs. Oh, another Terramin. Not like that. Not like that. We also are going to need to go and get a pestle and mortar in order to actually do anything with the Marintils here. The unicorns are conveniently located just outside. south of Edgeville. There's a Guam. That'll do. So, one more here. One more herb. The cleaning experience is not super crazy by any means, but it's something. Alright. So we ended up getting 2 Harlanders for our efforts here. So what we need to do is go get 2 red spider eggs. We're not really taking any damage from the Chaos Druids, which does make sense. I'm just going to drop these Guams here. Go quickly grab 2 spider eggs. Try to not get attacked by any of the spiders. Ideally. I picked up bones. That's not ideal. A good spot where we could stand to not get the bones? Not really. I guess technically this means we could get 2 more herbs. Look at these thugs. How much health do these guys have? 18? That's not a lot. I'm trying to get into a spot where I can just stand here and make my potions. Restore potions. 62.5? 0.5 XP each. Then we can go pick up our Guams again. Yeah, that means we have 2 more spaces. I'm trying to maximize our inventory usage. Reasonable plan. So, if we get another Harlander here, the question is if we get another vial of water. Because we've already filled all of our vials of water. Yeah, see, there's a Harlander. So we're going to have to bring this back with us the next time. Also seems like we might, I mean, it really depends how things are going. I think we could get away with bringing a few more vials of water back with us. So we can just put all the herbs, or most of the herbs at least, in vials. There's the Terramin. Just get 4 XP out of that, just dropping it on the ground, that's fine. Yeah, getting Limport roots is a longer process for sure. We already dealt with that. There's a vial of water. Yeah, that means we can put the Harlander in it. If we weren't being attacked. Yeah, not being able to do things in combat because of the whole making stuff interface does slow things down just a tad in situations like this. Manual, being able to just put things in and it works, does have its benefits. Does have its benefits. That's a Kentine, it's not good for us. Harlander. There we go. Yeah, that is another Harlander potion that we can't make though. So. That's okay. That's okay. We can't just leave a whole bunch of extra vials of water. I mean, we can until the end, but that's okay. And that means we have another inventory slot again, don't we? Restore potion on the ground. Pick up this Harlander. It's a process. It's a process. But still worth it trying to get the inventory full before we leave. We just need a Guam or a Marintil, basically. And those are the most common herbs, so that's not really asking for much. Not really asking for much. Another Harlander. Yeah, that works too. It's more XP too. That's nice. Yeah, and we got 2 Harlanders we're going to need to get into vials of water here. But now, since we don't have the pestle mortar with us, we can't really just get the anti-poisons done here. So we need to head over to Port Sarum. There we can do everything we need to do, essentially. And we didn't take any damage from the spiders, really, so I think we're fine not having a food source here. Oh, it's more dropping stuff on the ground and moving around. It's a process. Unfortunately, for inventory's sake, we did not bring the vials we made the Harlanders in. So we need to just do 2 Guams here. It's a little bit awkward. And it's also going to mean we're not going to have all of the filled vials once we head back. Well, that's okay. Found a nearby water source that we can use once we're back up towards Edgeville. That's definitely where we're going to be going because Marintils. And also that is where the druids are going to be, obviously. There's some attack potions. Delightful. Pick up all the other things here. Just drop the attack potions. That'll be fine. I mean, I guess we can just put the Harlanders in here right now. That's fine too. We do have... We have more Marintils than we have vials of water here. Either one's fine. Let's do the Harlanders. So this is why we need to bring the pestle and mortar in order to actually be able to make this all work out. Of course, to get the pestle and mortar, we do need to go get that. I don't know if cooking gauntlets or lightness are going to be a problem. We will see. We got 1 space here still, so this will be okay. Heading to Entrana. Always a good time. Just drop the offending items on the ground here. And quickly go. Cooking gauntlets not allowed. Okay. And we can't... Okay. Well, that's inconvenient. They don't have a drop option. We might be at a point here, technically, where we don't need the cooking gauntlets. I think we have a high enough cooking level at this point that it's not really going to help us for much. Technically, we would never burn lobsters, but we could technically still burn swordfish with or without the gauntlets. So, if we want to not burn some swordfish, we're going to need to get the cooking gauntlets back. I'm pretty sure that would cost us money to do that. So, not too worried about that. Especially for just training fishing and cooking with the 15,000 feathers we still have. Don't really need cooking gauntlets. No. We can't get the pestle and mortar without destroying the cooking gauntlets. And the pestle and mortar is more useful, for sure. So, yes, destroy the cooking gauntlets. Sad times. Another thing we need to worry about if we want to do this. There we go. I don't think those even give stats anymore. Legacy systems. Whatever. Yeah, they literally have 0 stats. They used to have stats. I will give them that. But we can buy some more vials here. Let's do that. Oh, we've just made a bunch more inventory we need to worry about. We have all our stuff we need to pick up here. I'm gonna stand over here. Put the vials on the ground. And go pick up the stuff. Inventory. Always a fun time. Alright. So now we do have enough vials. This is gonna be fine. Give or take. It's enough vials. We also get more vials as drops, so not a huge deal either way. Yeah, we got a lot of Marintils here, though. My goodness, that's gonna do just fine. Yeah, we're gonna end up with 1 vial of water. That's fine. That's fine. We have two Harlanders and 13 Marintils. Oh boy. We get to go kill 13 unicorns. Oh, where's our hatchet? Hatchet disappear? Did we put that on our tool belt? I bet we put it on the tool belt accidentally. Yep. Yeah, that's not supposed to be on there. And to what menu? Oh, upgrade the free backpack. Yep, weren't supposed to do that. Oops. Well, I'll just have to make another mithril hatchet later. Okay. Awkward. And that's not even in the original tool belt update. You can only have bronze stuff on there. So. Well, we just won't chop anything unless we actually have our hatchet. And I guess that also means we're gonna need to make the mithril hatchet every time. Or we're gonna have slightly better wood cutting than we should have. Once there's supposed to even be a bronze hatchet on there. I think if we just buy a bronze hatchet, it's gonna cut like a mithril hatchet. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, the drop was in the same spot as put on tool belt. Oh well. We can deal with that. Just add it to the list of things we need to kind of sort of worry about, but not really. Also, if we get 51 smithing, it'd be a little bit less annoying. Be able to just make it without messing around. Anyways, Herblore. To the unicorns. Many unicorns later. Making the dust. Already did a half inventory of anti-poisons before. So here's another one. And then we just drop all these on the ground. And get 28 Herblore. That's something. It's actually nothing. There is no unlocks for that. Alright, it's fine. Yeah, we can make 2 more restore potions back down in the dungeon. And then it is time to get another inventory worth of herbs and stuff. It's definitely a system. It's definitely going to work. Fantastic. Well, there is 58 strength. That's something. No unlocks, but does unlock more of the potential of the Dragon Longsword here. So, that's still pretty good. It's always interesting, the incidental experience that you just get while doing stuff. In this case, combat. Because we are, in fact, doing some combat. Needed some water. So we come over here to the monastery. Fill up our vials here. There might be a well in Edgeville, but you can't use vials of water on wells. At least you couldn't before. It might work now, with how things are. But yeah. Ended up getting a lot of Harlanders and Marintils. So much so that running down to Port Sarum really would not have been worth it for a handful of attack potions. So, we're just up here, doing what we can. We are going to need to return here again to make more vials of water. And that's going to be once we're done with this part. 29 Herblore is Energy Mix 2. No, I don't think so. Not just the barbarian mixes. Yeah. Those are not very good. Those are not very good. And here is 30 Herblore. That is a quest requirement. Cleaning toad flax and weak naturalist potions in Daemonheim. Fantastic. Don't think toad flax exists. That's alright. Not too worried about it. And that is every skill level 30 plus. Which is pretty cool. Well, at least the ones that exist. We got a handful of levels in agility and rune crafting because of the time travel shenanigans. But we still have a lot of herbs here. I'm gonna go make all these potions and see how far into level 30 we can get. Be a little bit of the ways. It's a lot of Guams this time though, so not a huge amount of XP. But still, worthwhile. It's a reasonable amount of the way towards 31 here. Third-ish. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is definitely a better herblore training. Specifically because we can use the Harlanders. So, that's nice. Now, we got 12 nature runes. Let's see if we can go get 51 smithing here. So we can more easily make our mithril hatchet again. Gonna need some... Well, we don't need... I'm going to use some Falador teleports. Speed this up a little bit. 51 smithing. That was, and for us is, mithril hatchets. So we won't need to get any Asgardian ales, or not that, dwarven stouts, for the smithing boosts. And meanwhile, in mining smithing rework land, we can smith rune 10% faster. Good. Out of that. Get a little bit of money there. Picked up the coal that we need to make the mithril bar. Now we're gonna go pick up the mithril ore. We are getting closer to a time when there's a mine that used to have and still has mithril ore. We're not there yet, though. Not there yet, though. Bronze pickaxe is still good enough here. So that's nice. Grab ourselves mithril ore. Guess we could superheat. That probably would have been a better idea. Ah well. Make a mithril bar. And I guess back to Varrock. Why not? Using the runes while we have them, I guess. Because I think we are going to be dropping the nature runes here again. 7 nature runes is not an inventory slot to use. That's alright. So, mithril, hatchet, perfect. And we really kind of do want the mithril hatchet back before we have to get through all the rest of this. Because we are going to continue to be doing fishing and cooking in the AFK here. We do have 15,000 more feathers, so that's going to be a lot. It's going to be great. Love to see it. And we are right in the right spot to go do that, so that's perfect. We have the geodes, the nature runes, hammer, pickaxe, other runes. Inventory is looking nice. We have lost the cooking gauntlets, but that's not going to affect our ability to cook salmon over here, so not a huge deal. Anyways, that is just about that then. We move forward to a new day. New content, new quests, all sorts of what you expect. Next time, goodbye.